In this episode, I will go over the Ramsch and Cross Round games. Ramsch and Cross Round games are add-on games, but they are not ranked games. When setting up a Schafkopf table and deciding what add-on games will be played, you can also decide what happens in a situation when all 4 players passed in the announcing round. So the first option when that happens is to collect all the cards, pass on the start button to the next player, and deal a new round. The second option is to play a cross round game, and the last option is to play a Ramsch game. A cross round game is exactly like it sounds. 2 players who are sitting across each other are one team, and the other 2 players who are sitting across each other are the second team. The trump cards are the overs, the unders, and the hearts. And this time, one player from each cross team is allowed to make a contra bet after the cards have been dealt and up until they lay down their first card. A cross round game is valued as 30 points or 30 cents. Cross round games are also used in live games to keep the game at low stakes. For example, a rule can be set up that after a single player game is played, like Vulture, Vens, or Suit Solo, 4 cross rounds will be played. That's the fun part about playing a live Schafkopf game. The players can set their own rules, the add-on games they would like to have, and even the game rates. A calling game can be 10 cents or even 5 cents. It doesn't have to be 20 cents. When playing online, you can still set some rules, but not everything. I won't be demonstrating a full cross-round game, as it is a normal 2-on-2 game, similar to a calling game in marriage. In this episode, I will focus more on the third option you have when all the players passed in the announcing round, and that is to play Ramsch. In Ramsch, there are no teams. Every player plays for themselves. Ramsch is played normal. Overs, unders, and the hearts are trump, but this time, the target is not to collect the trick, because at the end of the game, the player who collected the most points, or eyes, loses the Ramsch game. If there is a tie for most eyes collected, then the player who collected more tricks will lose. If the number of tricks is the same, then the player who collected more trump cards loses. And if that count is also the same, then the player who collected the highest trump card will lose. If a player has not collected a single trick and has 0 eyes, they are considered a virgin. Every virgin will double the points on the scorecard, just like a placement bet. So collecting tricks and eyes in a Ramsch game is bad. But watch out! If a player collects more than 90 eyes, they will achieve a march through and win the game, and collect 50 points from each player. In a march through, though, virgins are not calculated in the scorecard. And also in Ramsch games, there are no contra bets, nor Schneider, Schwarz, and straight bonuses. Let's watch these next two games to better understand how Ramsch is played. In this game, Billy will have the start button. No placement bets were laid. Bailey, Rocky, and Tom passed. We will also pass. Everybody passed. The Ramsch is on. Bailey starts the first trick with a low trump. Tom laid down the over blue, so we can throw away our highest trump card, the over heart. Tom will take down the first trick and starts the next trick with the king blue. He will also take the second trick and starts the next trick with a shell. Let's take this trick. Rocky takes the next trick. It is not looking so good for Tom now. Okay, I believe we survived the Ramsch. Let's head over to the scorecard. So on the scorecard, we have done very well. We had only collected one trick and 15 eyes. Tom lost the Ramsch as he has collected 60 eyes. Bailey has not collected anything and got a virgin. So a Ramsch game rate is 20 points or 20 cents. There weren't any placement bets this round, but Bailey got a virgin, so times 2 here by virgins. Total multiplier is times 2. Total score is then 40 points. So we, Bailey and Rocky, each won 40 points, while Tom lost a total of 120 points. Now let's jump straight over to another Ramsch game. In this game, Bailey will again have the start button. Rocky laid down a placement. Action goes pass, pass, pass. We have received a complicated hand. It looks really good, but yet, at the same time, if we will announce vulture or suit solo, it would be dangerous. We can always go for a calling game, but we just won't get the reward we deserve for getting such a hand. So we will pass, a Ramsch will be played, and we will try to collect over 90 eyes to get a march through. A little risky. Bailey starts the first trick with the king shell. We will take the first trick. Second trick goes to Tom. Somehow we have collected the third trick. Looking good so far. Even better. Let's collect all the rest. And head over to the scorecard. So on the scorecard, we have collected 111 eyes, way over 90 eyes. We got the march through. March through rate is 50 points or 50 cents. Total sum is 50 points. We did have a placement by Rocky. Bailey and Rocky got the virgin, but in a march through, it doesn't come into the scorecard. Total multiplier is 2, and the total score is then 100 points. So Bailey, Rocky, and Tom each lost 100 points, and we have won a total of 300 points.